Hello everyone. So today is 2025, February 11th. So welcome to this week Middle East Economic Weekly Observation. So basically the topic about this week is regarding the leverage is increasing. It's not only about the Middle East leverage, but also the global leverage is increasing. So let's dive in. First, we talk about UAE. The non-oil sector is remain robust. We can see here is the UAE's PMI is 55 for January. In December it's 55.4. So it's much above the 50, which is the average level. And UAE's non-oil foreign trade is continued its upward. It's like a 14.6% increase compared to the 2023. Ajman Real Estate Department report 80% growth. This growth is regarding the qualification of the brokers. So now it's got 132. The Ajman Real special broker. No, it's for this year. This year qualified 100. So, as you know, the different Emirates, they have their own policy. So if Dubai licensed the broker cannot operate legally in Abu Dhabi, and they can only operate in Dubai, and vice versa, there's the Abu Dhabi verified only broker, and there's Ajman verified broker. Normally they focus on their own Emirates. So here the passenger traffic is 10% growth. This is the UAE, the UAE, the overall situation. So including the other expats, other tourists. Here there's a Dubai-based AI firm. They got a $10 million US fund in the seed round. So this is a phenomenon that the UAE is developing its own based technology firms. And the UAE and France, they partner on 1 gigawatt AI data center. This would be built in the UAE, I believe. It's almost the biggest one in the Gulf region. And the Dubai's visitor, there's a 9% year-on-year increase. This is about international overnight visitors, which means that they will stay in Dubai for at least one night. So it's 9% increase. And the Sharjah government, they have recently issued a bond. The overall amount is about 500 million euros. It's 3.4 times oversubscribed. Investors from UK dominated at 45%. And the asset managers is raised at 59%. Banks is 27%. So this just a match to this topic. We're talking about the leverage in the Middle East is increasing. So we all know this year the oil price gonna drop, it's gonna drop, and the Saudi is spending on its deficit. So all these governments, they are reserved some money for overcoming the economic winter. So we have seen the Dubai, we have seen now it's here the Sharjah, also the Saudi Arab, they have been long time stop investing overseas and focusing its domestic companies, and also raising the fund. Here we can see the Saudi's sovereign fund is talking with the Italian insurer to guarantee its landing, the overall landing. It doesn't mention here, but the deal with the insurer is about 3.1 billion in the loan guarantees, 3 billion euros. So the Saudi basically is doing its best to find some money to fund its ambitious projects. We need to be careful on these leverages. I don't think it's a good idea for the government to hold such big leverage. it will harm in the long term. So that's my opinion. And Kuwait sovereign fund, it's very interesting. Like Kuwait, last week I saw a figure among all the GCC countries. The Dubai, they have little surplus, and Kuwait, they have much higher surplus. So basically, it's because Kuwait is the oil export country, and it don't have much development, especially developer the projects, right? It don't have much projects to develop. So it have well reserved. So I never been to Kuwait. If it's possible, I want to. It must be a very, very good place with so much reserve in its fund. Also, the China and the Middle East. There's no news about China and Middle East in last week, so I put it Abu Dhabi sovereign fund. Its cooperation with the Vietnam state capital. So they will do some cooperation. So this is showing that Middle East, they have very good sense about which country matters for them. So here is the Vietnam, and also here is Japan. Japan recently performed very well. Like it has a counter surplus. Its inflation is getting less, and its interest rate is increasing. And UAE and Japan has many cooperation. And also recently they are settled down a deal before the end of 2025. It's a trade deal. So we need to notice that the UAE is very smart in building relationship with these countries matter, and these countries are promising. Okay, so here is the some global news about world inflation. As we all know, like during the COVID time, the inflation is horrible. So after that, many countries, they have increased the interest rate to beat the inflation, but now the condition is not very well, because the inflation, we can see in the early of this year and the end of last year, it reached the 2% level, but didn't go further down. It has some rebound at this level. So here we have to question like how far the global disinflation can hold. Maybe the inflation will come back again. Here UK has an example. The UK's GDP growth it's not very well. It's around 1%, little below than the prospect. And the government is considering to cut the interest rate. It's like in the last week, right? They cut interest rate to a 19-month low, 50 basis point cut. And in this year, there are 3 more 25 basis point reduction expected in this year. So they can hardly bring the inflation back to 2% target, which is not very good. This is UK. And also the IMF projects 3.3 global growth for the 2025. This is a little lower than the. Oh no, this is. This is just above 3%, but it's well below the historical average. The things need to look at is that global public debt is projected to hit 100% of GDP growth, global GDP, by 2030. And many countries in this region face similar pressure with debt level exceeding 70% of GDP. So this region is talking about in Dubai, the GCC region. So Dubai is kind of it's also very high, right? The GCC most of the GCC countries, they have very high the debt level. Here's about Asian shares. After Donald Trump took the share. So Asian shares has some increase, right? And also many policy has increased the here's talking about the steel and the aluminum. Like the interesting story that about a few days ago, that after Trump announced this tariff on Monday, and Ethereum dropped a lot, price dropped a lot, and people are kidding that is Ethereum made from aluminum or steel? So this is a funny thing. But this today's Ethereum price has bounced back a little. For the oil price, it has reached the lowest level all year to date. So falling to 2.1% on Wednesday, and now its price is nearly 70. This is per barrel, right? No, per 75 per, how to say, yes, okay. BBL, okay. Okay, let's talk about companies. So in the last week, the Dubai financial market performed very well. 1.7% increase. The top movers including the Sadiq, Parking, DIWA, Dubai Islamic Bank, and the NBD. The week before last week, this NBD dropped a lot, but this week it's back a little, because overall the market is good, economy is good, so there's no reason that the bank performance is not well. Currently, as far as I know, all the risk is in control. So this year the economy will not be bad, and in the coming few years, the overall economy will not slump. It will go through the contraction phase, right? This definitely, because the country is in its expansion phase. So, but in its contraction phase, it will not be very bad. So, as far as I know, as far as the current information published. Well, but it's hard to say, because we mentioned at the beginning, the many countries actually started with Saudi. They have increased the leverage a lot. So this is not a good sign. It's risky thing. So we have to keep focus, keep a look at its coming year. So how it performs. Can the economy sustain? Can the money input generate new money? So we have put all this with the question mark and see how it proves itself. ADNOC has some overseas investments. This mentioned in the corp with ExxonMobil in the US on the hydrogen plant. Right. So overall, the amount is around $15 billion, right? Techcom, the perform also very well. This is industry zone operator in Dubai, had some monopoly power. It recorded a 14% increase compared with last year. FAB is also very well, right? From 27 to 31. And the telecom here is 11% revenue increase. Occupancy rate is 94%. It's crazy, right? 94% occupancy increase. Occupancy increase. Uni property is interesting. Like many property companies, they have reduced their debt, and they reborn in this circle. So the Uni properties, they have reduced their debt from 575 million dirham to the no. Before it's 1.47 billion dirham. Now it's 575 million dirham. So they have reduced the 2/3 of its debt. This till the end of December in the last year. IMAX, the merger acquisition deal is still waiting for approval from the Securities and Communities Authority. So once it's approved, the IMAX will become a fully government-controlled entity. So yeah, so you can hardly expect any better service from such a government fully controlled company. For the Diva, they performed very well in the last year. It's how much percentage? I think it's from 29.2 billion in the last year to the in the 2020 financial year 23 to the 31 billion financial year 24. So it's about 3% increase, right? And also here we look at the Do. Do here mentioned the 7.3% year-on-year increase. And the Lulu, there are 4.7 revenue increase. So it reminds me of the Keqiang Index. Keqiang Index, we know is he don't look at the GDP figures anymore. He look at the electricity consumption and water consumption, and through this to estimate the overall economic condition. So in the last year, we have mentioned the Dubai the economy increased 4%, and all these data can in line with that figure. So it is a solid 4% GDP increase. So there's no doubt on that. Apart from that, we have to look at the current population increase and the property market. So the population is about 10% increase. This is, you have to put a question mark on this 10% increase, right? From, in my remember, from 3.6 million to this 3.9 million, right? It's almost a 10% increase. But this 10% increase population doesn't influence on the overall market. So we have to concern that how far the current property market can go. So we know the current property market increase at well above 20-30% increase, right? So it's deemed to decrease in the coming few years because such a gap already happened. And here there's Alda. Alda, there's 47 search on its net profit. The dividend will give 8.8% increase, and ADNOC increase 11.4%. So last year for the oil company is still very good. They have robust fuel volume because the local consumption is very high, and also they have some more retail growth. He mentioned it significantly. So interesting, right? And the DIA is also a local real estate company. They have 20% year-on-year increase. This is it's quite well, quite good. Okay, now we move to the UAE property market. The market has 24.1% increase in value. This is in January. In January, compared with the same month in last year. And also, there's in the last week, there's some popular areas. They have changed the property ownership from leasehold from the GCC only to the freehold. This including the Sawa area. Sawa is a very quite good place. The location is very good, but historically it's a slum. So currently it's still a slum. But its location and also nearby the amenities are good. So also the Sheikh Zayed Road, the Al Jadaf, these areas they have changed to the freehold. So it's a good thing for the investors. And also is you can see the Dubai's determination to more open to the foreigners, to be more inclusive, to become a truly global city. And currently, the off-plan market still accounts for 52% of total transactions, meaning the current market players are still the investors. They are not the true demand. But I have to admit that a lot of people are awaiting for the property price to getting down to buy the properties for their self-living. But at the same time, as the economy getting cooler, many people will leave this country, leave Emirates, leave Dubai as well. So we have to consider all this in together. And currently the rental price is still very high, and there's no sign of decrease. So here it mentioned like around 59% of tenants they preferred to how to say it, to continue their current contract because there's a price increase cap for the existing contract. And also in the last week, the Sharjah, they have a real estate exhibition, and the exhibition is very good. They have a record-breaking deal happen. Okay, so this is all for the last week. So see you next week. Bye bye.